And welcome to this week's rant, entitled, Have You Been VAT'd? All will become clear in a sec. But before we get there, normal parish notices. If you like videos about musical equipment and gear, legacy, new, hit the subscribe icon. If you want to be notified when videos hit the channel, it's the bell icon. If you like the content of this video, you know what, give it a thumbs up. Leave comments down below. I do read them, I respond to them, and sometimes I make videos about them. Finally, for the less than the price of a cup of coffee, and I know somebody said that they're expensive coffees, but that's how much coffees cost. But seriously, join the TMTG community. The address is down there. Support the channel, support the production of videos. Also down there, Facebook, Instagram feeds. Go over there, follow me, hit me up, whatever it is these days we call it. Where the channel notices, I'll post it. But now, back to this video. Okay, it's cold out here. It is not Sunday, this is actually Monday, so apologies, I didn't do any video recording yesterday because I was too damn tired. I'm not sure why I was tired yesterday, but I was really tired yesterday. So rather than my normal Sunday videoing routine that I do, I didn't do anything, and the housemates and I actually played some board games because we can't do anything else because we're all locked down. Anyway, this video is entitled, Have You Been VAT'd? And it may not be actually relevant to some of you guys who live over in the US or other areas of the world that follow my channel. And I do know that my channel is followed by people who live all over the place. I know I've got followers in the US. I know I've got followers in mainland Europe. I know I've got followers in the Far East and as far afield as Australia, which is about as far away from England as you can get. Anyway, I kind of digress. What do I mean by you've been VAT'd? And this is really an unscripted rant because it's annoyed the hell out of me. Okay, so the UK left the European Union on the 31st of December. And I am not sure whether this is as a result of us leaving the European Union or not. But what has happened is the other day I put a bid in on eBay for some equipment, and it was, it was fairly priced, I think, once I had actually put the bid in. And I'm just gonna... Sorry, technical hitch. Had to quickly jump off and just adjust something. So as I was saying, it was fairly priced. Quite happy with it. Put the bid in. Won the item and went to pay. And as I went to pay, I found out that all of a sudden what I'd agreed to pay was actually more than I'd actually bid. And I couldn't work out why. So obviously, as you guys already know, if you bid on eBay, there are two components to the price you pay. The first component is the bid price. So what have you agreed with the seller to buy the equipment, or whatever it happens to be. And the second price is the postage price. How much is it going to cost to get whatever it is from there to here? And one of the things you will notice at the moment, and this I digress on this, is that postage has gone up astronomically. And it has gone up quite a lot. I was actually very, very surprised the other day. I went to post some discs that some people had purchased from me on eBay, only to find that the actual purchase or the cost of sending it to wherever had actually gone up significantly. So apologies for people who are buying stuff, going to buy discs. The postage has had to go up because the postage has had to go up. The postage actually has gone up. I do tend to split my sends between two carriers. One is the Royal Mail, another carrier that I use, and that's all based on actual cost. So if the cost from the second carrier, so from Royal Mail, starts to exceed the cost from the second carrier, then I normally flip. But I tend to find I compare the prices between the two and normally send it the best way to make sure A, it gets to you, and B, it gets to you at a reasonable cost so that the postage just doesn't have to hike. Anyway, that's a side point, but that has annoyed me as well. I mean, I was expecting postage to go up by, a couple of percent, but it actually has gone up by a lot more. So apologies for that. Anyway, back to where we were. So the bottom line is there are two components to the price you pay. These two components, the bid price and the postage price. So I couldn't understand what was going on. It was driving me potty because every time on the screen it said, and for argument's sake, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but to make the maths easy, on screen it was saying that you have bid £80. Okay, so I needed to go and pay £80 to the seller for them to send me the item. Fair enough, that's what I bid. But every time I went to the pay screen, it was showing me. Sorry, I should have used £100 because the maths is easier. But every time I went to the pay screen, it was telling me I needed to pay £120, and I couldn't work out what was going on here. So what I then did was I did a bit of digging, and it turns out that eBay now puts VAT on top of the bid price for stuff that's you've bought from an overseas. Well, I don't know whether it's about UK because I haven't tried it with UK yet, but I bought this from somebody in mainland Europe, and all of a sudden I've got a 20% VAT charge from the supplier, and I'm confused. Really am confused because in the UK you have to be VAT registered to charge VAT, but the seller in Europe don't think is VAT registered. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, but I've never seen this before. So all of a sudden, instead of it costing me £100, it's cost me £120, and that has annoyed the hell out of me because you're not told when you're bidding on something that you're going to get an additional 20% VAT added to the price that you're paying on eBay. And I think that is so wrong. I have to be honest and say that is wrong. eBay are not displaying the correct price to you when you're making that decision to bid. And if it had been a much bigger number, maybe several £1,000s, that VAT element can become quite a considerable amount of money. And that is really where my issue is. My issue is, I didn't know about it. I haven't seen any comms from eBay saying they were going to do it. And B, when it arrived, when I was bidding on the equipment, it wasn't saying this equipment will be subject to UK VAT when it arrives. So in two ways, eBay have misled me in terms of the way that they have constructed. Now, I think this is something to do with a last piece of legislation that eBay have had to comply with. And I don't have a problem with them complying with legislation if that's truly what we have to do. What I have a problem is the fact that you're not told that you're going to have this additional charge levied on you when you're actually making the decision to bid. Because the question is, would I have bid what I bid if I thought I was going to get VAT? And does the seller on the other side understand that when they're making a selling decision, if they want £100 for this thing and we think it's worth £100, is that £100 including VAT or £100 excluding VAT? In my case, it's £100 including VAT because that's the price I want to pay. So I think there needs to be some sort of awareness campaign that goes on. And the question really is, for all these other sites, the Reverbs, I think Spock is really a UK thing, Gumtree, Craigslist, where you buy stuff from these other places, are they going to put VAT on as well? Is this something we've got to universally accept now? I really don't know what the answer is. I have to be honest. The whole thing around digital services coming across from outside the UK is very, very weird at the moment because of the Brexit. And I said, I don't know whether this is Brexit. I don't know whether this is part of a piece of legislation that came in last year. I really don't know. But it's very annoying when you are dealing with overseas people. And on the flip side, I don't know whether eBay are charging VAT for things that I'm selling. I have to assume that they probably will. And if that's the case, then should I be thinking about, changing my pricing structure for things I'm selling? Because some of my stuff I sell is personal. It's stuff that relates to me. Other stuff I sell is relating to the channel. So I need to work that out, and there's absolutely zero clear guidance on this. Absolutely zero clear guidance. So that's the rant this week. Have you been VAT'd? And I apologise if VAT arrives on something that you buy from me. It is not my doing. I apologise now. It is something that's completely out of my control. When I sell stuff for the channel, I sell stuff for the channel at cost. Okay, so there's no profit in it for me. It is designed to provide a service for things that maybe you can't get hold of. That's what the media replacement service is all about. So I don't make any profit, but somebody looks like they want their slice of the pie. And on that note, you will now see something different at the end of these videos, because I am going to start putting the Patreons who support the channel at the end of these videos. So you'll see that in a minute. But live long and prosper. See you next week. Bye bye.